Hi guys, this is Unit 7, Day 10. Unit 7, Day 10 is Phenotype and Genotypes, okay? Go ahead and look over the criteria for success, please. Then after that, you're going to do part 1, which is reading alleles, phenotype, and genotype. You're going to determine the difference, see how I annotated just slightly. So there's a lot of pictures that can help you out. And then part 2 is here at the bottom after you do some like quick key ideas and some check for understandings with vocabulary. You're learning some vocabulary today, and the vocabulary today is homozygous. Homozygous means, if you think of homo, it means like, say like homosexual, it means the same. Like people are attracted to the same sex. So homo, you can think of things that are the same. For example, this is homo, and it means the same. Here, so capital T, they're both the same letter, all right? Heterozygous, and that's homozygous dominant. Homozygous dominant is when you have two capital letters. Homozygous dominant, dominant means big, you have two capital letters. Homozygous recessive is different, okay? It's the same letter, but it means that you have two lowercase letters. It's the same letter, but you have two small, like lowercase letters, okay? Recessive means small. Dominant means big, all right? So think of that. Then you're gonna learn another word called heterozygous. Heterozygous means it's mixed. Whenever I see hetero, I think of mixed. That means that the letters are gonna be mixed. One capital, one lowercase. One dominant, one recessive, okay? So let's do this again. Homo means same. Hetero means mixed or different. Homozygous dominant, big. Homozygous recessive, small, lowercase, okay? Please think of that. You can rewind this video, all right? A phenotype is how something physically looks like. Phenotype is what you see. Genotype is what you can't see. A genotype are the genes, okay? Genotypes, for example, are these letters here, like G, G, T, T, okay? It can be represented in any letter, all right? So that is a genotype. A phenotype is how something looks like. Eye color, skin color, color of wings. That is a phenotype, how something physically looks like, okay? How something physically looks like. A genotype are the letters, are the alleles, and you're going to learn about alleles too. An allele is a gene. One letter represents one allele. Two letters represents an allele pair, because like, you know how you have a pair of shoes? Well, you need to have a pair of alleles, right? One's from the mom, one's from the dad, and that's going to help determine the phenotype, the characteristics, okay? So I'm going to write this down here. A genotype, and you can write this down too, genotype equals phenotype, okay? Meaning that depending on our genotype, we're going to have a phenotype. So if my genotype is homozygous dominant, like for example this one's homozygous dominant, then homozygous dominant means dark, so my skin or my wing color is going to be dark. All right? There's a lot of information in this lesson, so please review it, because one person already did an exit ticket and they got a couple of things wrong, and I don't want that to happen to you. The next thing is you're going to practice genotype and phenotype a lot. Phenotype is how something physically looks. Genotype are the allele pairs, okay? And dominant always wins, all right? Dominant always wins. If I have a heterozygous pair, like, you know, capital A, lowercase a, like this, maybe the capital A means black, and the lowercase a means brown, okay? So if I have a black and a brown together, that means that the dominant one, which is the capital letter, remember, will always win. Okay, so it's always going to be, it's not going to be brown because the lowercase a does not win. The capital letter trumps it, like it triumphs it, it takes over, okay? It's a stronger trait. So it will always win. The dominant letter always wins. So that means that my hair color is going to be black if this is my genotype. My phenotype is black hair. My genotype is capital A, lowercase a. I'm sorry that A looks kind of funny. I'm sorry that A looks like actually really funny. I'm darkening it for you. Okay? So dominant one always wins. Do not. It does not mix. It does not mix. If this is mixed together, that does not mean that you're going to have some black hair, some brown hair. That means that you're going to have more of the all black hair. You're not going to have a mix of color. You're going to have all black hair because that's the dominant trait. Okay? If it were recessive, if I had two lowercase a's like this, homozygous recessive, that means that I don't have any dominant traits. I have these small recessive traits. That means the recessive traits will win because I have nothing else, so it's going to be brown. If I had two capital A's right here, do I see any recessive traits? No. So I don't have any recessive traits, so it's just going to be black, okay? Two capital A's means that I'm going to have black hair, depending on the phenotype of it. Two lowercase a's mean it's going to be brown hair because that's the phenotype it represents. A capital and a lowercase mean that the dominant trait will always win. The dominant trait in this particular situation is black. Okay, so it's going to have black hair. Never, ever, ever is it mixed. It's always going to be one or the other. Okay, cool. After you do that, you have a worksheet 2. Okay, you have 2 worksheets for this because we need some more practice with genotype and phenotype before we move on and do our Punnett squares. Okay. So you can go on to the next video so I can show you how to do worksheet 2.